I got asked more questions. Um, just a few more. So I guess I'll answer those. Uh, I got asked which of my accomplishments am I most proud of? That's a really tough one. I think I'm really most proud of an accomplishment that I had when I was quite young. I was just starting to get into the piano as an instrument, and my very first recital was coming up. It was a really small local affair. Maybe 50 to 100 people were going to be there, just a small little church gathering. Nothing special, but it was my first live performance. So, I had been learning Beethoven at that time because in my initial introduction to the instrument, I was given a very eclectic variety of pieces to work on from various classical composers and some early jazz artists, like ragtime artists, early 1920s type rags. I played a lot of piano rolls. Um, yeah, but anyway, I really love the classical composers, so I chose a piece. I chose Beethoven's Quasi Una Fantasia, which most people know as the Moonlight Sonata. It's three movements, I believe. And at first, I was given a simplified uh, uh, version of it. Um, and I breezed through that very quickly. I had something like 3 to 6 months to prepare for the recital. I was informed of it very early on, and I was in between like 6 and 7 years old. I think I turned 7 before the actual recital happened, uh, and I remember practicing constantly. I mean, I would go to school, but I would come home and I would practice for hours before I even touched my homework from school. Um, I practice all day to the point where my family would actually have to kick me off the piano because I would obsess over like one or two bars in a piece and I would just play that over and over until I got it. And I was very, very much a perfectionist. When it came to pieces, I really did, at a very young age, pay attention to the nuances and the overall tone of a song, like the feeling of it, all the Latin text that tells you like how quickly and slowly and what feeling really you should have when you play a song. I really did tap into that. Very good outlet for emotional expression, and I was very morose. I was a very sad child, really. I would compare myself to like a wet sock in terms of personality. Just very dull, very droll, and I really liked Beethoven's music because it was heavy. I mean, a lot of his later work was very heavy, um, and very sad. But there was power behind it too. There was triumph, and triumph to be had throughout sadness. I mean, I could talk forever about Beethoven, but anyway, me, young person, I'm playing this simplified version of Moonlight Sonata, and I just breeze through it. And my teacher is impressed, and she says, "Well, would you like to tackle the real thing?" You know, and I'm small and eager and like, yeah, give it to me. So I get all three movements, and it's overwhelming. I mean, it gives me a breakdown. I have my first panic attack at like 7 years old because I'm not able to get through this entire piece. And so what we do is we cut out like the middle movement, which is the one most people are familiar with. Um, it's the bit that most people, uh, recognize. So we take the second movement, and I just learned that. But I did learn the entire second movement in just a few months, and I performed it. It was my very first performance, and I pulled it off very well. It was very well received, and I've always been very proud of that. Just to be such a young age and to accomplish something like that, I knew at that point it was really then that I knew that I loved performing. It brought me great joy, um, and that's when I knew that I really wanted to do that, for the rest of my life. So yes, I would say I'm most proud of that. What else was I asked? Got very carried away with that one. Let's see. If I were king or queen for a day, what law would I set first? Mm, I mean, of the entire country, I guess you're saying. Law. Uh, well, I'm a little biased, but I guess if I could set a law, I would set a law that all transgender or genderqueer individuals receive the right to hormones and surgery as they see, fit to fulfill their identity, their gender, and to bring them comfort. Because I think that having people pay money to get to the point where they need to be to survive is just barbaric. I think it's just part of the pharmaceutical economy, and it's just depressing. I know so many trans people that are just not financially able to get the care that they need, and it saddens me greatly. And I just want everybody to be able to get what they need to live their life completely. I don't think that should be a struggle. I don't think it should cost money. Um, so that's the law that I would say. Last one. Do I sing or dance? Well, I do sing, uh, occasionally. Don't think you'll ever hear me. I'm very shy about it. It's a very private thing. Mm, yes, I would need a great incentive to sing to a camera or anything like that. I'm not quite confident enough to do it. But yes, and as far as dancing goes, I shuffle a little bit. I do have some very wild like arm and leg movements and stuff, but I really do have to be in a concert or something, where live music is being played or music is being played to get in the mood to dance, and I don't really. It's not really my thing. I'm not very coordinated. Mm, so I guess that's about it. Yeah. Thank you for asking these.